Let's say we want to connect our Python bot to our orchestrator. So the steps would be following. First, we have to create user, agent user that will be connected to the machine. So let's call it my agent and give it a password. Choose role agent, create user. Yep, I have it, agent, my agent. Now next, I should go to licenses and assign license, edit license, and assign my agent. Yep, update license. So my agent is assigned. Now I go to machines and RDPs and create my machine. So that would be my IP address. So I will copy this one. Go IP address, standard port for RDP. Next, and I create the Windows user itself. So my Windows user Python RPA, and there is a screen resolution, screen scale, and I will need to choose my agent user. I click save. I have this project, this machine, and already I have user. Now let's connect the project itself. So I go to add project, give it the name, my Python robot, select project type as Python. Next, I can add some credentials here, like my password. Those credentials that would be passed to our robot, and it can be received from our robot, and here it's stored in encrypted way. And now we have to create some project configuration, at least one. Let's call it the default one, used by default. And here there should be two parameters. So let's say this is my Python project. First parameter I will need to add, it's my Python executor folder, which is actually a path to my python.exe file. It's in my event, there is python.exe file, I put it here. And there is also one more variable called starting file path, which would be actually a path to our main.py file. Okay, and I can also create some additional variables to use in the future, like for example my name, and would be robotic process automation, and I click save. I need to enable my project here to be ready to run, and in robots I can join those things together. So I go to my Python robot, next, choose its version, next, choose the configuration, choose available machine where I want to run it, and I click save. Great, now I have it. My project is tied to this host name and to this agent, but it's offline. So to connect it to a machine, next step would be if you need to set up the Windows service and the agent. First, make sure that you have installed Windows service. Check it in, it should be a Python RPA service and it has to be enabled, running. If you don't have it, please install it first. Second, it's an agent. Also, you need to install it. All of them requires administrative privileges. So we run it. Let's wait until it appears here. Yep. No connection to Orchestrator. We need to stop it. There is the settings. Let's put copy server URL would be the whole URL before this part. So it should include the hash in it. Hash is the tenant ID. So I put URL. Then I put my agent name, my agent, and then agent's password. And then there is IP address of my machine, so it's this one. Then there is the RDP port, which is standard one, and there is my Python RPA, which is my Windows username, Python RPA, and there is a password for my Windows, and the screen scale, screen size, screen scale. Click save. It says for me username and password of RDP incorrect, means I wrote incorrect Windows password. It's okay for now. But if you want your robots to work in unattended mode, you will need to put correct passwords. So now we see it's online idle. Great, we have the connection. Next, we need to do slight modification to our product. First, we need to put this agent init.py library inside of your root folder. Then you run it twice. You see there is an empty system path. You run it one, and you run it again. It rewrites some system paths, so your project dependables will be kept together. And now we need to import this one. In the very first line, we import agent init. Now we can actually use it. We can use it in the way like this. We say params agent init get params. From these params we can get credentials, and from credentials, by the name of credential, remember I create a credential, you can get username and password. You can edit them in a project. Here, if you say edit project, this credential, my cred, would be here, username and this password. And there is also, okay, it's called my name. I can call it my var, for example, my var. And here I can get parameters, get my var, and then pass that parameter to my robot to use it. And there is also send message to Orchestrator, which can send some log message to Orchestrator. Like for example here, this is the log from my Python project. Great. We modified it, and now we can actually use it. We can remember in agent there is no project right now, but when I launch it, it will appear there. Okay, so robot launched. We can see that execution is in the process. Execution started. We can stop robot if we press this red button, but it finished already. So we can see the last logs here, and we can see in common history there is a last result of our launch. And in agent you can see our robot. Let's check our logs. We can check our warning level logs, for example, and you can see this is a log from my Python project. Awesome, right?